We're back with this addiction, and I am really determined to take things way too far today. So I'm going to keep trying and restarting until we get something special going. So I'll see you all in 4 to 6 hours. I'm not yet sure how special this run is, but so far it feels pretty good, considering we're on space 1781 and I've got $3.5 million. We also have a 100% chance to roll the light tiles, and the more light tiles we roll, the more energy we get back. So I have 209 rolls currently. And one of my dies is marked with the pink blob. That means there's a 30% chance to roll that one. So if I keep upgrading this, we're going to get more and more light tiles landed on and more energy and points. And given the amount of money we're making, didn't mean to buy that epic, it's just going to get higher and higher. It's already up to 14,000 expected value. And like if I buy these two things, it's up to 16,000. So the increases are going to grow, but we need more rolls. But we also turn all this energy back into rolls, 214. I'm not really sure what's mostly worthwhile to put my things into right now, so I'm just going to upgrade simply the light tiles. Plus, if we go into endless mode with 200 and something rolls, that's going to feel obviously very good for us. We should blast through the 2500 mark with only a few rolls here, but we're going to turn all of this energy into rolls as we go. It probably is worth it to increase all the die faces. I don't think any of them are less than 10 at this point. There's a 30% chance to land on the big one, but that's not a big deal. Also, the light, double the value of all the light tiles. So now the expected is 33,000, make that 35,500. Look at all that energy, look at all those rolls. Things are getting more expensive now. Even a reroll at the shop costs 5 energy, so that's a pretty big sacrifice really at this point. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Roll, reroll there. I think I'm not going to accept anything less than epic at this point. But we're also going to save up millions of dollars. I kind of want to go into the endless area with many millions of dollars and certainly lots of rolls. Rolls are certainly the one thing I want more than anything. Lots of energy, lots of rolls. Well, there's 2 epics. Those are only going to cost 3 million. We're at 37,000. That took us to 40,500. Plus in endless mode, we get to upgrade our upgrades. So 42,000 base value. Plus all the multipliers, over 300 rolls. This started as a very plain run. I did not really expect it to go this crazy, but I'm not going to complain with these results. So we'll often land on 37, and when we do get that 37, there's the ×2 multipliers all over the place. I kind of wish I could coax my dice a little more, but maybe we'll find that rare artifact again. That means we always land on the highest value, which would be grand. But 316 rolls for now is going to do as well. Expected value is almost 50,000. That should do it. Yep, 50,000 base value expected. I do want to keep this one going up since 1 and 3 is going to land on it. 55,000 base value. Yeah, from here on out, the next 2 rolls, I guess we're just going to try and get as much money in the bank as we can. Which brings us to Endless Phase 1, Reverence. I did not mean to buy that dark tile. That was a very expensive mistake, but now our big dice is up to 47. But it costs a huge amount of energy to get rolls back. So I'm going to very quickly upgrade that. So that's up to 60. We're going to upgrade those. So now we're getting 78,000. This is why I wanted to save the money for here. So we'll get 60 rolls when it lands on that. And it should do that fairly frequently. Didn't do it that time. So this next roll statistically should be the one. When it's not, we'll do one more roll. Luckily, we got 316 more rolls. We still haven't landed on a 65. That's starting to get, there we go. You see the difference in earnings when we hit that one. I'm actually going to add 3 to all die faces at this point, just so we can get bigger rolls overall. Another 50 to the lights, so 89,000 expected, 69 million for that roll. So that's going to fund a little bit more of our upgrades, plus 3 to all die faces. This one's up to 72 now. We'll do another 3 to all die faces, 50 there. So all the dies are into the 20s at this point, which feels good, because look at all the energy we're getting. That was almost 300. So let's go all die faces, just got up 6. The big one's going to be up to nearly 100 at this point, and its value is now 133,000. Okay, this run is taking off suddenly. So when you fill the energy bar, we also gain 270 energy, and it's sparkling, so that probably means something good. Generally my experience is sparkles mean good things are happening. And for that, we'll do a plus 3 to all die faces, and we'll spend that hundreds and hundreds of energy, 101 rolls. Back on more rolls, 320 rolls. $100 million. I'm going to add 150 to the light value. It's now 170,000 base value, which means this number is going to go bananas. That was another 101 roll. Building plan. I wish we could actually take advantage of this. Every time you roll the same value 3 times in a row, gain 1,000 energy. We're never ever going to get 3 times in a row because we're constantly upgrading things and all the dices are far too different. We're going to have to settle for a white queen. Every 5 light tiles gain 3 energy, which will add up. So now we're going to pay 2 rolls per roll. So that means we can roll 160 times with what we got, but we also have $237 million in the bank. But I do want to upgrade the shop for 500 million, so we're just going to see if we can quietly get up to that. But we're definitely going to eat up all this energy. Look how far we're moving. Oh, we also made 450 million already, so as long as we're hitting that 101, we're in really good shape. There it is again, so we're up to $662 million. Look at these tiles are into the millions. Upgraded the shop, so now the legendary tiles are even more legendary. Our expected white is 167,000, now it's 223,000, now it's 344,000. Plus we can add +5 to all the die faces, that's just going to give us bigger overall. Can't actually afford that now, so we get a roll one more time for rather big earnings. Now we can add another times 50 to the lights. 429,000, so we're almost at where we were last time. We had such a crazy run, and we've still got 160 rolls to go. And we've gone 3,300 spaces. So with a little bit of luck, there's 106 spaces, all the multipliers. That was $500 million for that roll. $500 million. We'll add +10 to that, times 50 to the light value, times 50 again, +5 to all of them. So they're all into the 40s at this point. So that was considered a bad roll, and that was 41 spaces. And I don't even know what the value was up top, but probably pretty big. Things are getting very expensive as well though too. That's a $120 million upgrade, which will take us from 600,000 to 800,000. Plus another 50 multiplier, 927,000. Almost $1 million expected per roll. This one is such colossally big earnings, it's almost a joke. 200 energy, so that's another 2 rolls, so we still have like 150 rolls. Even more. So we got to decide what we want to add here. We got 1.8 billion. Okay, we'll add 5 to all die sides. We're going to add 10, 20 to our big one. So it's almost 150 now, times 50 times 50. So that number is getting pretty big. And we're just going to continue to roll. That was 146 spaces, 2.5 billion for a single roll. So let's add another 10 to that spot. We're going to re-roll. Do we want to add 400 to the light? 1.15 million per roll. Yeah, those are starting to slow down just because it's hard to actually get something quantifiable there. What we will do is add another 10 to that and +5 to all of them. So now they're all up to 55 or more. So when we roll, we'll go from 410 million to 873 million. So that was 460 million for a bad roll. I am a little worried about the energy though. Like obviously we are going through the rolls. It would be nice to still be going up in rolls at this point, but there's not much we could do about that. Upgrades are also, wow, look at us go. We're really going for a journey here. 750 million, $750 million for a single upgrade, which will take +5 to all die faces. I can't wait to see what the next upgrades do for us too. Okay, there's 181 spaces. We're going for a journey. Okay, there's 11 billion. 11 billion for a single roll. Oh, that also gave us tons of energy back. So we'll upgrade the value of the lights. We'll also upgrade this. I think that's going to be the main thing right now. We just need to go really, really, really far. And we seem to be getting lots of good die upgrades, even though they are costing billions of dollars at this point. So we'll upgrade the value a little bit too. Now the expected for the white is 2.6 million base. So this next roll is 226. That was worth, I don't know, it's still going. 14 billion. So it'd be interesting to see how big the numbers can be. That also, we also made up rolls on that one. So as long as we're hitting the 226, we are going places. Oh, let me get this. This one, gift of multiplication, would be good for my earnings, which aren't really hurting. This one is better. Every time we get 4 light tiles in a row, gain +3 energy. So we're gaining 3 energy for every 4 tiles we roll. So the longer we roll, the more energy we get back. Revelation. And we finished our roll. Rolls now cost 200 energy, so they're obviously very expensive, but we just need to make these numbers really, really stupidly big. Do I want to do +5 to all? Yeah, we probably should. We just need to focus on rolling as far as possible for a bit to get that energy earning back. These two are going to add +10 to all die faces. I believe that was 80, no, that was a 98 roll. Now all the die faces are up to 100. So hopefully that's going to help our energy come back. As you can see, it's stacking up quickly. We had 271 spaces. So we got 320 energy. More than that even, because multiple things stacked up. So that feels pretty good. We're making energy back somehow at this point. So I wonder if there really is an end to endless mode. I guess things probably just get prohibitively difficult. But we're making free rolls. That was only 102 roll. Here's 100 roll, and we're still getting free rolls. So another 5 tall die, another 5 tall die, and another 10 to our big one, which is getting close to 300 at this point. In fact, with a little bit more energy, we might be able to get it there. We didn't quite get a free roll there. We should upgrade the tiles again, though. They're 2.6 million, that's 2.9 million, so those are still probably worth it. There's another $5 die faces. Can't afford these, but now we can because we're rolling 300 spaces. Look at all that energy going back. So that's 3 rolls, almost 4 rolls. So when we hit that, we do actually gain energy and rolls, plus all that money. So the whites are up to 4 million now. This is officially over 300. I've definitely never had numbers that big before. So that's really, really good for our energy and everything else. It's good for my dopamine and very soul. I think what I truly want more than anything is the next shop upgrade to see what kind of things we get. Plus another artifact upgrade certainly wouldn't hurt either. In fact, I might save up my money a little bit until then. That was only a roll of 115. That's very disappointing. Oh, but 6,000 is where it changes. So balance of tiles is no good for me because we don't roll any dark tiles. This is interesting. Every time you roll, gain energy equal to the amount of times you have rolled the same pace in a row. So if I get my back-to-back 306s, we'll get 306 energy. If I'm understanding that correctly, which I think I am. Phase 4, Resolve. I would imagine things are more expensive again. And the shop didn't upgrade yet, so we're still sitting on our 50 billion. But I mean, we could do times 50, times 50, times 50, times 50. Dark tiles are now expected 5.2 million. But we're gonna go plus 5 tile die faces, plus 10 for that one. I really wish we could get that one to land more often given our energy thing right now. We only have $685 million in the bank, so we gotta roll 121. That's a bad roll. There's 123, which is also a bad roll, but we still got lots of money, so plus 5 tall die faces. And there's 326, our good ones. Hopefully we roll this twice in a row. Wow, this one feels like it just keeps going and going, huh? At this point, it sort of actually really does. 850 energy. Costs 300 energy to put 1 roll back, though. Can we get it again? Nope. Bad luck for us, but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and slap another 10 on top of that. It's now up to 336. Correction, 346, 351, and 361. Those go up so much. I would like to get things into the trillions at this point. We're going to slap a little bit more rolls back on. We still have like 150 rolls at this rate. There's another plus 5 to all the die faces. There we go, 366. It just keeps going and going and going. And we're earning lots of billions, especially once those multipliers add up. 63 billion. Even that's lots of energy. Like, that was a free roll. Oh, we did it again, so the energy's really going to stack up. I don't know what we're going to get, but it's going to be a lot. And I might only add... Yeah, actually, it wasn't as much as I thought, but we still got 737 energy. So that was a free roll. We're up to 132 billion. So we'll upgrade that. The expected for lights now is 6.2 million times 50, 6.5 million. Plus 5 to all the die, plus 5 to all the die, plus 400. So the expected for lights is 7 million now. It's too bad we didn't get that one in a row. 147 still feels like a pretty good roll though. Okay, there we go, 376. So we're going for a drive. And all those times 2 multipliers are going off the whole time. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's good. Whenever a light tile has a value lower than its expected value, turn it into 4 times its expected value. Phase 5 Awakening. So basically, if a tile rolls less than 7,073,000, it will get 4 times its value and turn it into 28 million instead, which feels adequate at this point. So our earnings are going to go up again by quite a bit. And that was on a weak roll. There was, I think, back-to-back 148s. I might have misseen that, but we could put not quite an energy back on that. But we're going to add another 15 to all of our die, make that 20. And should we do a few of these? Yeah, we are. So that one's going up by a further 10, so now it's at 416. So that's going to be big roll. See, that's 3/4 of a free roll. Plus we'll add 400 to the light value, 7.5 million. There's our 416, so that's going to be really big value. The billions are going to stack up, especially once those multipliers at the end start popping again. We're getting a lot of math going. 422 billion. So that's going to be 426, make that 436, and the others got a big boost as well. Now they're up to like almost 180 each. So even on a bad roll, it's good. That was an energy in the bank, so that became a free roll again. And there's another 436 because that's just got such a stupidly big chance of popping. That energy is just going bananas. Yeah, that was actually a free roll, which is really hard to do this far in. We got a 436 again, so I believe that's going to be even more energy, provided we didn't upgrade anything there. So this should be hopefully a free roll at least. Nope, actually it might be. Complete your Transcension. Are we done with 1,050,000,999? This doesn't feel very endless to me yet. I want to keep going. I want more. Is there something in the black hole? I need more black hole. I had at least another 150 spins to go, and I want to use those. We gotta find out what's beyond the universe. A game by Leonardo da Vinci. So endless mode has an end. Wait, maybe not. Okay, we're cruising along again. No more shop upgrades, it looks like. But we got other stuff going on. We're over 10,000 spaces. Going strong, we have over $1 trillion. And we have $1.5 trillion, and that's going to go up again because we got back-to-back 436s, so we're at almost $2 trillion suddenly. 1,400 energy. But we need more rolls. Transcended. Add plus 10 to all die faces, so we do get better upgrades now. So I should only buy Transcended upgrades, plus 10 to all die. Anything else isn't going to be worth the money. Rerolls are expensive. 10 to all die faces. I kind of wish I had more rerolls. Times 2 for all of them. Why would we buy that considering we can get way bigger multipliers? Plus 20. So this is up to 500 now. We get to roll a legitimate 500. We got 212 twice in a row, so that should be a little bit of extra energy. I want my 500. We still got lots of money, so no worries there. There we go, 501 spaces. So this might take a sec. We're just going to keep cruising along. $2.2 trillion. There's another plus 20 on the Transcended. I'm not sure how much those are worth it. I'll buy them when they pop up, but like we gotta re-roll with a lot of energy to buy those. And energy is my most important commodity right now. So I don't really want to give up too much, but we're up to 550. It's crazy how quickly this escalates. We just passed 500 and we're coming up on 600 soon. Yeah, actually we just broke 600. In fact, we pushed that all the way to 681 and we just got it again. So we are going for a jog. That's going to be some real big earnings. That was almost $1 trillion roll. And we can still do better. Just got to buy a few more dice lengtheners. Another 20 there. So yeah, 2 rolls to go, we're at 500. So you can see how this is probably going to escalate fairly quickly. Even bad rolls are almost 300 now. Although upgrades are up to $25 billion. So those definitely aren't staying cheap. We can't even actually afford that. That's 250 billion. Yeah, so things are getting harder and harder to afford. I think our progress is going to slow down. Look at all of our energy though. And now we'll take some of that away. We still have 140 spins to do if we don't make any energy back. $200 billion upgrades. Okay, we're going to buy a 400 there to keep the value of the white tiles going up. We could just do a few of those. Here's a 750 roll. That's got to be worth some money. Wish I had more multipliers along the way. These could get even bigger. I think I just speared the universe. That was 15,000. Every 5,000 tiles, the void will start consuming more rolls. Okay, so we don't have 140 rolls. We have more like 70. So the universe is fighting back. So we counter that by just getting lots more rolls. Maybe another 50 times multiplier. Maybe another one of those. We're up to almost 10 million per base value. There's a bad spin at 306. Isn't enough to put any energy back on, but we're mostly just here for the earnings. There's a 308. I would like to get my rolls up to 1,000 if I can. And that's not actually going to be that hard to do. We're already up to 800. We just need a few of those 800 spins, and here's one now. Look at us go. Cruising along. It's really crazy because your first goal in this game is to get to 1,500. We're doing 800 in a single spin. Gonna add to all the rolls. Oh no, we went below $1 trillion. Whatever will we do? Buy 3 more of those, 826, 330 for the rest of them. But there's another 826 rolls, so that's going to be an awful lot of energy. Also, it doesn't hurt the earnings either. Okay, we got another 841. I believe that was back-to-back, and we added a bunch of plus 5s to the rest of the die. So this one's up to, yeah, 841. That was trillions of dollars worth. We'll upgrade the value of the whites. Now they're up to almost 11 million base value. And we're going to add another 10 to that one, 850. Ooh, we can straight up add 20 to that as well, 876, which we did, of course, land on. So again, we're cruising down. 2 more spins, probably, and we should be at 20,000. So the spins are going to be even more expensive. But we're having a good time while we journey through the universe at light speed. That was another 876, so we've got places to go. There's another 20, so we're up to 900 for our big one. And make that 916. And we do need to, every once in a while, upgrade the value of the things. That way we can actually regress. There's 931 in a single go, but now the rolls are going to cost 4, so we don't have nearly as many spins as we would like to have, but we're trying to fight back with more energy. I don't know if we're going to get any more upgrades to artifacts because I feel like we're in truly endless mode where nothing else is going to happen other than our inevitable defeat somewhere down the road because spins are just going to get prohibitively expensive. We'll add 400 value to the white, so they're up to about 12 million value. Only a 367, so very disappointing. Do a 50 times value, so 12 million base value. There's a 369. We'll do a few quick rolls here. I want a few of these 966s because actually, you know what? We should just add the value to this. We can push this over 1,000 fairly easily, especially if we hit those 976s. 976. So the billions are going up very quickly. 2.7 trillion, much better. Although our upgrades are getting very expensive. This is up to 996, so we're almost up to our goal of 1,000. And given that we have a 1 in 3 chance of landing on the 1,000 roll, we're going to make progress pretty quickly. Although the rolls are going to be dwindling. We did manage to put a few back on. But as we buy that one, 1,006. We can roll 1,000 at a time. I bet I'll get some kind of achievement for that, but rolls are getting more expensive again because they've once again penetrated the universe. So now we have less than 50 rolls left at the current rate. But we'll do everything we can. So maybe I'm misunderstanding this. I was wondering why it seemed like there's such a weak tile here, but I think that means like it's going to just physically multiply their value. So we're at 12 million, 24 million. Okay, so that does straight up just double them. Well, that changes things. We've also got an achievement for refreshing the shop 200 times in a single run. And I do want to hit the 1,000 roll, and then we do need more of those 2 times multipliers. There we go, 1,011. So that should be some trillions of dollars easy enough, especially with the new earnings and value. Yeah, 8 trillion. Well, when you get a transcended, we can't not get it. When you get another transcended, we can't not take it. 1,050. There's another times 2. That costs $2.5 trillion. But that puts the lights up to 50 million base value. That's so silly. That's $5 trillion for a single upgrade at this point. Those are getting expensive even for me. But that's nothing that a few spins won't solve. There's another 1,050 spaces to go, so we should easily get the 5 trillion we need for another 20 rolls. Yeah, that was about $20 trillion worth. So as long as we keep progressing like we are, we're going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to spend some rerolls here to try and find the times 2, and there's 2 of them. So our value is currently 50 million. Can't quite buy the second one yet, but we will shortly. Okay, we just did. Now the value is up to 100 million base. 100 million base value. Plus if we roll on the lower side of that, that multiplies by 4. So we get 400 million base value at that point. The rolls are going to drop alarmingly fast at this point, especially once we hit 30,000. But hitting 30,000 feels like a pretty good achievement. We just hit our max roll there, 1,070. So we're cruising along. This is going to be many trillions of dollars. I think we started about 3 trillion, so that was roughly $30 trillion roll, and it's still going. Yeah, so without the multipliers currently, like that's 44 billion. We can just round that up to 45 billion, really. The base value is 100 million. Now it's only 123 million, so those are slowing down. So if we had the times 50, everything's adding up a little bit, but the transcended are definitely more the ones we want. And at this point, I suppose I could afford to be picky. We're making many trillions of dollars. 30,000 feels good. There's the 1,070. This will be the big earner. Especially if we get lucky with some, you see all those doublers along the way, and that's why these numbers do get so big. If we only had just a little bit higher chance of that. Also, 6 spins per spin is getting really, really expensive. We're going to go through these very quickly. But there's another 1081, 1081. Really would like to make this bigger as well. Why did that get more expensive? The price jumped up and I didn't buy anything. We can't actually afford that. That's $61 trillion. So we're going to need a few big spins to be able to get that one. Even a small spin of only 400 should really do it. Yep, there we go. So the values are going to be even bigger. 160 million base. Next upgrade, if I want to add 20 spins on top, is going to be 94 trillion. And spins are now costing 7 spins each. See, this is where we need that one where we always get the max, but then also every time we hit it, it adds +1 to that value. Because by now, this thing would be up to like 2,000 or something. Be much, much bigger. But this will be the biggest roll we've ever had. I'm pretty sure of that. Whatever the case, that put us up to $72 trillion. The upgrade jumped up to 150 trillion for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but we'll just keep on powering through. We did get another 1,081. That feels pretty good. All those light tiles. The dark ones only were 615 in comparison, but we left them behind long ago. So this upgrade is just outrunning me. I've got $123 trillion in the bank, but it costs 180 trillion currently. And it's now up to 220 trillion. So I don't know if we're actually ever going to catch that again. It might just keep going. It depends on how big our rolls are. 164 trillion is not big enough. And we penetrated the universe again. We're going to wind up at 50,000 at this rate, especially if we're hitting those thousands. I decided to re-roll a few times just to see if there's anything we could afford, and like everything is just outrunning us at this point. Every time the price goes up just a little bit, we get boned. But there's another 1081. If we could land like 3, 4, 5 of these in a row, I think we'd be able to afford an upgrade again. But we're falling behind if that doesn't happen. We're either catching up or falling behind. There's no in between. We're under 100 spins officially, but that's really only going to translate to 12 spins at this point or less. So we better hope to make them good. If they were all 1081, I would feel much better about things. But at this point, we're just spinning and going for it. We currently have $320 trillion in the bank, so that doesn't hurt one little bit. Oh yeah, there's another universe penetration. We've gone through like 6 universes. I've made my numbers so big, they're actually stretching out of the universe and through other ones entirely. Each spin at this point costs 9 spins. We have 67 spins total, so we're definitely running low on numbers. There's another 1081. That was at a good time too, because that's pushing us closer to 50,000. Oh, and we got another one. Perfect. That should put us well over the $500 trillion mark, which seems pretty crazy. I remember getting excited about like 10,000. Well, we're officially going to break 50,000, so that's not bad. But now they're going to cost 10. Every 2,500 tiles now too, so it gets harder faster even. It just inevitably implodes. Well, this is one of our very final few spins, so we just need to sit here and enjoy the real big numbers that come with it. There's another 1,081. That's a nice way to go. So if I get a colossal amount of energy this turn, we can get an extra spin out of it. Nope, not gonna happen. And I think that's the game telling us we're done. Transcended! 52,000 tiles. Yeah, I would imagine that's gonna be a little bit of experience. We're now a master of fate.